Hi, it's College Mom here. Today we're going to talk about student loans and how much it actually costs to take out these student loans. So we're going to look at some interest and origination fees and then get an idea of how much will be owed at the end of the loan term. First, you're going to need to know how much you're going to be borrowing. So this is a chart that tells you what the loan limits are for your Stafford loan. As you can see, it's based on how many credit hours there are. If you're an independent student or dependent student, most students are going to be dependent students, or you can also look if a student is going to try to get independent status, or if a parent gets denied a Parent Plus loan, then they would also qualify for that amount. And then you can also see what the limits are for subsidized loans, but that would also be based on financial need, based on your FAFSA. Then the loan limits for Parent Plus is going to be determined on the financial aid package based on that cost of attendance and what's found in the FAFSA as far as how much is going to be left that a parent can apply for a Parent Plus loan. And then the private lender loans are just going to vary. Because those aren't based on the FAFSA at all. You're going to need to know what the origination fee, and the origination fee we've gone over before. That's how much money the lender is going to take at the very beginning of the loan just to service the loan. So depending on what kind of a loan it is, these are the different origination fees. For the Stafford, it's going to be a little bit less than, for a lot less actually, than a Parent Plus loan. And then private lender loans are going to vary a lot depending on credit and who the lender is, and a lot of times on what the actual other terms are as far as like the interest rate, if it's a fixed loan, if it's a variable loan. So those are going to usually vary from anywhere from 1% to 6%. And you're going to need to know the interest rate. These are the interest rates for the Stafford loan for 2020-21. Of course, for unsubsidized, that interest isn't going to start accruing until 6 months after the student graduates. And then for the unsubsidized, it's going to start accruing right away. For a Parent Plus, it is a little bit more, actually a lot more again. And for private lender loans, they're going to vary a lot because they're based on credit. So just like a car loan would have a huge variation based on credit, these are also going to be have a wide variation, and you can have a fixed interest rate or variable interest rate if you're getting a private lender loan. All the loans that are going to be student loans that we're going to be looking at are going to be based on a 10-year repayment plan. If you see on there, that's a very long time, lots of birthdays in there, but they're all going to be based on 10-year. We're just going to go over a couple different scenarios of if someone were to take out a loan, just to get an idea of how much is going to be paid over the 10 years, how much interest is going to be charged. So the first is going to be if someone were to take out their full amount that they can take out on a Stafford unsubsidized loan for a dependent student. So if you were to take out the full amount, you'd be taking out $27,000. If you look down at the end of the 10 years, they would have been paying back about $38,000. And then on that, if you were to do that, the monthly payment would be about $316. And over that 10 years, about $11,000 will have been paid in interest and fees. Fees being the origination fee. I'm basing all of these on, like I said, 10-year, based on if you were to pay this loan back on time, every single payment is on time. You don't do a forbearance, you don't do a deferment, you don't do any kind of income contingent repayment plan. This is if you pay on time for that whole 10 years. Next would be if someone were to take out also the full amount of Stafford loan, and some of it was the subsidized amount and some would be unsubsidized. So some of it's going to have the interest paid during school, and some the interest will not be paid during school. So this is going to be a little bit less as far as the interest goes and what's going to be paid over 10 years. And then also the monthly payment's going to be a little bit less, and then the total interest and fees are going to be a little bit less because the federal government is going to be paying that interest while the student is in school. Then next we get into kind of the scary range where you start looking at Parent Plus loans. And the average Parent Plus loan right now, parents are taking out $15,880 a year. So I just went with the average. So over 4 years, that would be about $63,520. And as you can see, over 10 years, that is a lot of money that the parent will have been paying. If they were to take this out the monthly payment would be close to $900, and then how much they paid in interest and fees would be close to $46,583, which is a lot of money. But these Parent Plus loans, if you look at that $15,880, that is where you get into, a lot of parents will get into that when students start going to like a private school or an out-of-state school. They get these scholarships. The difference in funds between having to use the Stafford and actually covering that cost of attendance is going to be about $20,000. And the last scenario I put on here would be a private loan at $2,500 a year. I just took the average of what the average percentage rates were on there, so it would be 8.905. And I picked this $2,500 because in another video I talked about if the student got a job only working 10 hours a week, they'd make about $2,500 a year, so that's why I went with this number. But this is what they would end up with if they had to borrow this much money in a loan, which would be in a private loan. Monthly payment would end up being about $160 a month, and the interest that they paid over those 10 years, a little over $9,000. Then there's a chart on here that might be kind of hard to see if you're looking at this on a phone, but it just compares all the different loans with lender, if you need a FAFSA, interest rates, amounts, if it's based on financial need, and origination fee. And that just compares all the different types of loans that there are. At the end of this video, in the description, or the beginning of the video in the description, there is going to be a link. And this will link you to a student loan calculator. So you don't have to read this little thing that's up there at the top. Just go to the link, and when you click on that link, it's going to take you to a page that says Student Loan Repayment Calculator. It has these different little circles. You can play with those. You can increase the loan, increase the interest, decrease the interest, whatever you want to do, and it'll come up with different monthly payments and interest paid depending on what you do with those different little knob things at the top. I did this one because this would be a 25-year loan, 25 years right now, because that is how long, if you were to do like an income contingent repayment plan, it can last up to 25 years. They can only pay, say, $150 a month. It could last up to 25 years, and this is how much interest they will have paid if they went into that income contingent repayment plan. But anyway, once you can either play with that or not, but then at the bottom it has another little link and it says add loans. And if you click on that, then it will take you to it'll come up and it'll say first year. And you want to put in the amount of the loan, the interest rate, if it's a subsidized federal loan or not. And then you can either add another loan, say you're going to take out another loan that year, or say some of it was subsidized, the other one was unsubsidized. You can go to the second year, you put in the loan amount, the interest rate, subsidized or not, and then you keep doing that all the way till you get to the very fourth year. And then at the end, you just click, I'm done, and then you hit the calculate, and it's going to come up with all the information about how much the monthly payment will be, the amount that you borrowed to begin with, how much interest was accrued during school, and then the total amount that you pay once repayment begins and how much you pay over 10 years. The thing about student loans is they're so easy to take out when you get that financial aid package. And a lot of people don't even think about what the payment is going to be. We didn't think about what the payment was going to be. They don't have it on there. When you go through loan counseling, they just say, understand there's interest, blah, 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 but they don't have this thing that tells you exactly what the interest accumulated is going to be and how much your loan payment is going to be. I would highly suggest doing this, and then you can kind of play with it. If you're thinking of taking out a Parent Plus loan, go in there, see how much that's going to be, see what the interest rate is, see how much you've paid over the 10 years. Maybe if you're doing a private lender loan, you can look at the different things that they're going to charge as far as interest rates go. Look at that compared to what they're going to charge for an origination fee and see which is better. So next time we are actually going to talk about the financial aid process as far as how you actually get your financial aid, because I think a lot of people are kind of confused from the beginning to actually getting the money into the student account, how that works. So we'll talk about that next time. Thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye.